Friends, welcome to day 9 for our journaling practice. What is it that you've been learning? Share in the comments if you feel that it's correct for you to do that. What have you been learning around the transits? Today on the farm, this morning, it was so peaceful. We have a lot of oil field activity around us, and they've been fracking not too far down the road. So it's been a very this low hum happening for probably 4 weeks now. And today it was just pure silence. It's a crisp day. It's not too cold, but it's just beautiful out there. So I was out with my cows to be inspired to, come to this quietude of mind so that I can connect with you guys with everything that I have available for you. So today we actually have some interesting changes. So let us share my screen and let's walk through this. One of the big changes here was Venus has now moved. And Venus is, where are we here? Right here. Venus is now in the 19th gate. So what are some things that we know about Venus, and what are some things that we know about the 19th gate? Well, Venus kind of sets our standard for love. How do we want to show up? What is our value principle around connection? That's what Venus kind of gives us. And the 19 is a fuel for support. So if we look at this, it's a tribal energy. And through that tribal energy, there's a pressure here to be sensitive. Now, this isn't about sensitive as in, touchy. This is sensitive around the needs of resources. So the 1949, the main focus for this energy field is who is going to provide on the material plane the shelter, the food, the connection. And the 1949 has so much to do with our connection with God. It is the starting point for the mystical way. Now, Ra talked about, and you've heard me say this over the last nine days, so I don't really want to hit on it too hard, but he talked about how this energy field is no longer going to be present in those that are the Rave children after 2027. And the channel is breaking up, so the 19 and 49 is not going to be quote unquote a connection after that. And he thinks that God will not even be spoken of 500 years from now. And I see it as though God will be, it's no longer going to be a sacrifice, because the 1949 does a lot of sacrificing. The 49 is the butcher. We sacrifice animals to consume them, and it all happens right here in this particular channel. So are we moving to veganism? I don't know. I don't have that answer. Are we moving to a godless world? I don't believe that in any way, shape, or form. I feel as though we will be filled with the energetic of God, even though if you go on TikTok or onto any kind of social media or onto the news, there is a big forge forward to disconnect us from God, disconnect us from this beautiful source material that is available to all of us. So the 19 flirts. It flirts because it wants to know who is the interested party that will be able to provide, because it's looking for the 49 and then goes up to the 3740 and wants to know, in this bargain, in this relationship, in this quote unquote marriage that is possible here in the 1949, who's going to obey whom. And the 49 then says, well, I will either accept or decline that flirtation. I don't have the energy to fulfill your needs, because that's what the 19 really wants, to have its needs fulfilled. It's very sensitive to the resources. What do we need as a tribe? And it's very interesting to watch this massive revolution of artificial intelligence and robots. And it's also very interesting to watch. I listened to a lot of philosophers from, the late 1800s until the 1980s, 1990s in there. I listened to a lot of them, and it's so fun to hear that they were having the exact same struggles that we are having today. And mostly the struggle is around our conditioned aspect of the mental capacity inside of us. So what is the revolution that is taking place within you, within your tribe? Are you noticing? Is humanity being sensitive to resources? Are we not being sensitive to resources? There's a mass amount of people that are stuck in the money trap and the how do I want to say, the design of the cross of planning that took us away from our own internal guidance system and shifted us into this space where we instead of housing God inside of us and leaning into the appreciation of our Godheads, and I don't want to say, bowing down to their power, but to embody their power, encompass their power in our movement forward. We took that and we shifted our perspective over to the monetary system. Again, all by design, so that we could really get away from who we know truly ourselves to be. So in saying that, I get it. There's a massive amount of people in the world that are suffering. And that is because there's a sacrifice that happens right here in this channel. It's such a sacrificial energy that really, truly pulls us off of our game. Once you encompass the quietude of mind, the solitude of self, the principles of the Bible, and the universal laws within you, and you take back your individuality by choosing to make decisions correctly instead of based off of a societal look that isn't healthy, your life has no other option but to change, because there's no longer a chase for the outside. We also have Mercury in the 38th gate. So we're back to this fighting for our own individuality inside a tribal energy. And then what kind of formulas? What's the answer? Do you have the answer? I listen and I watch this. I watch all the doubts. I watch all these formulas come about and fall off and come about and fall off. And this for me is, we cannot seek the answer in the collective. It is designed for us to find our own direction and our own innocence, and restrain from forcing ourselves into patterns of the collective that are no longer serving us. So what can you break free of? What do you want to notice that you no longer want to avoid? How do you want to house freedom going forward? Where does it lie in your body? I had mentioned yesterday that relaxation is such a critical part for humans, to have that solitude of mind. Like, just for a moment, close your eyes, as long as you're not driving. And now just take your energy field, okay? And just think about your big toe. Just put all of your energy on your left foot. Let's go to the left foot. Put all of your energy into that big toe. Can you feel the big toe? Do you have an outline for your big toe? When you feel that big toe, is there a pulsing there? Is it a wave energy? Does it kind of tingle? What does it feel like? That's why meditation is so important for us, because we reconnect with what truly is important, and that's your physical body, the health and well-being of your physical body, the health and well-being of your mental capacity, so that you can live a life that is absolutely available to you to live. All right, friends. Just an FYI, I did finally, the mentorship will start January 17th. So if you are interested in leaning into design, I do teach the original teachings of Ra'uruhu. I'm going to introduce you to a few other philosophers and some interesting concepts that came from their material, and I see how Ra has adopted it into the human design system. And I'm going to help you lean deeper into maybe the optimism of the material versus a very pessimistic look. I know I'm a 1-3. I get that. I have a lot of third lines, so I do get very pessimistic. As well, you can grab the self-study course, because I'm going to be using that material in the mentorship. So if that's something that you want to do, if you want to house that skill going forward, if you want to up-level your coaching practice, if you want to learn, how to be better in a relationship or even in your families, it's all there and waiting for you to connect with it. So on the 17th, it's a Wednesday, and we are going to start at noon Mountain Standard Time. All right. Thanks, friends.